Yo, angels in the outfield. Call Halayim La Yahweh Shem Shah. Look how bright it is. Day of Atonement night. Call Halayim La Yahweh Shem Shah. Barak Kol Akim. Look at that. I looked up and then it just started moving. Clear as day. Woo! Kum Yashal.
This is Dabu 7. Wanted to make people aware here of this new handbook that was given out to police here in terms of UFOs or UAPs. They're saying that these objects are a clear and present danger inside of this new manual or handbook that has been given to law enforcement.
Alright, first of all, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all you brothers and a few sisters out there onto this life foreigners. From the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. I just wanted to time in when he said that beautiful slogan, when I'm going to name the show after that. For you Edomites, you other nations, you are in clear and present danger. All right? You are in clear, present danger. And he's going to break it down. And it shows you that they don't know. Well, it's not their fault. I'll say it like that. It's not their fault. And it's quite obvious. Because the Lord is not dealing with all nations. Okay? And the only people, believe it or not, that was always had an interaction with what the world would consider UFOs, chariots, or the people of the Lord. Now, people in this world, they may see them, as a form of interaction. But when I mean interaction, more on the intimate level. And you'll find out in the scriptures. Yes, there are a few times when the enemy has saw it, what they consider UFOs. Something that come in mind is Antiochus Epiphanes and his army, and they was in great fear because of the fact of they saw apparitions, and they didn't know if that was a good sign or a bad sign, but it was a bad sign for them. So they could have a handbook. They could have, just came in my mind. They could get their local governments or their townhouses and have a meeting about this. If you see this, and they could do all that. But it's clear, and it's facts that they are in clear and present danger. All right. So I'm going to let this guy play because there's something else I wanted to speak on, and I'm going.
Now, this has been passed out through the Major Cities Chiefs Association, and that's the MCAA. This is an 11-page guide that talks about the UAPs being detected in our airspace. And they mentioned that there is a domain awareness gap, and that this poses a clear and present danger to pilots, soldiers, our whole country. It also cites reports of
which makes no sense. All right, and he's sticking it in a low vibration, a low level thought, and I like Dabu because he always bring out some good stuff, but he's out of his realm when it comes to certain things. Like everybody else, they can't. Their brain can't wrap around what's spiritual, obviously, because only spiritual men or spiritual people will understand a spiritual thing. And it's written in the scriptures that, matter of fact, let me let this play on because this is a point I want to get in, and I'm going to just go in the scriptures.
several different government agencies, such as the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, concluding that such phenomena here are a clear threat to national security.
And he's absolutely correct. He is absolutely correct. You know, when you first come into the truth, your mind can't wrap around the fact, you know, obviously our ancestors knew that what the world called UFOs were the chariots of the Lord. And even, what's this guy's name? Christopher Columb, or Christopher, what the world knows as Christopher Columbus. They call it St. Elmo's fire that led him to the Americas. And stars are stationary, chariots move. So it was the chariot of the Lord that guided him to this side of the world. To what? To fulfill prophecy. So when he said that is a threat to national security, he's absolutely correct. But one of the major things that always come in mind when they say these things, if they've been around so long, why all of a sudden it's a national security problem now? Like, why all of a sudden? If they say what they say, I'm just using their terminology in their thought process. If you claim that this is a threat, would it have been a threat in the 1950s? Would it have been a threat in the 1800s? When you had no technology to fly your airplanes and so forth? Why didn't they take you down then? It's a big threat to them because we know this is the fulfillment of prophecy. And the only reason why technology has been advancing the way it's been advancing, for the Lord to speed things up. That's why I burn up St. Elmo. St. Elmo's fire, if I'm not mistaken. There's a song called St. Elmo's Fire too, by the way. But it's all about prophecy. Matter of fact, I don't have to bring it. He's going to make mention, it could be this country or that country that have this technology and this other stuff. They don't got squat. I'll come back to this one. Zechariah 5:1. The famous. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll, which we all know that's what they call a UFO, a flying saucer. All right. So before. Let's even go back then. If they were around, like the scriptures say they were around, what the scriptures break it down what they are. But if there was always a threat, why all of a sudden they're a threat when you didn't have the technology back then to defend yourself? So it really, they don't see, they're not meant to see it, because the Lord says he's going to come as a thief in the night. Thieves don't tell you when they come in, how they come in. They just come. So they have a great fear, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. They'll find it strange that the elect is going to get beamed up from these flying saucers, or whatever shape they want to be. There was one chariot that brother put up the video. Shout out to these GMS, the Word in Life. He always put up some good chariots of the star, what they call the Star of David. All right, you have chariots that comes in different forms and shapes. Some comes as just regular clouds. Even a brother this evening. I'm gonna try to put this up tonight. This evening, saw a chariot. All right, the Day of Atonement. The presents are always there. But why, once again, do you have to have a book to tell you that this is a clear and present danger? Something don't add up. It says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And he answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So, it says it right here. I didn't even know they did that. So, because the cubits. Anyway, NLT. What do you see? The angel asks. I see a flying scroll. I replied, it appears to be about 30 feet long and 15 feet wide. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to read both of them. Let me read the KGV. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth out of the face of the earth, of the whole earth, sorry. For everyone that stilleth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. NLT says, then he said to me, this scroll contains the curse that is going out over the entire land. Which is not to, you see, they kind of go off right there. One side of the scroll says this, that those who steal shall be banished from the land, and the other side says that those who swear falsely shall be banished from the land. The KJV is correct, and because it tells you, it says this is the curse that goes forth from the whole earth, because you have chariot sightings all throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Meaning, whoever translated, they quite understand, and they put what they put. Sometimes it's a hit or miss, right? Sometimes some scriptures will be cold, direct, unfiltered, just beautiful, but some they go off. Matter of fact, since I'm doing this, I'm gonna bring out some more scriptures. Let me see if they get this right. This is a challenge for those that did the NLT, because the one scripture that comes to mind when I'm doing this right now, Ezekiel 1 and 1 and 4, 5. Matter of fact, yes. Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, matter of fact, I'm going to read the NLT. As I looked, and I saw a great storm coming from the north, and driving before it a huge cloud that flashed with lightning and shone with bright light. There was fire inside the cloud, and the middle of the fire glowed something like a glimmering amber. Okay, so they did good on this one. I'll give them that. And it says, from the center of the cloud came four living beings that looked human. Okay, all right. But let me see what it says. Does it tell you? Me keep going. Except that each had a forehead, 4 faces, and 4 wings. So it's talking about an angel, a different type of angel, all right, which is also the representation of their power. But this for face value, right? Their legs were straight, and their feet as hooves like those of a calf, and they shone like burnished brass. Okay, all right. Now, when you go into burnished brass, let me see. Bronze. This is copper. Copper, bronze as copper aloe. So it's giving you a description of how the angel looks. All right, a brass, a copper looking individual, which is a brown complexion. Right, so the angels of the Lord are dark-skinned men. It says burnished. Let's go to that real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to read it in Hebrew. Hebrew word is nakash, nakashat, nakashat. All right, for burnished brass, which means copper. The Hebrew word for burnish, kalaya, burnished, polished. So there was like a perfect brown, which I don't know. I gotta go into it. I think it's the 10th chapter. Well, what I'm thinking about, the angel of the Lord. I'm just gonna quote that one. When what's this guy's name? Helidorius went to the temple to rob the temple. The Lord sent forth his angels. I believe it was 3 angels. One in the middle, 2 young men, and they beat Helidorius to death and beat him back to life. All right, and it said, tell you there was young men of a comely beauty. They were perfect. All right, perfect complexion, perfect everything. They looked young. So the NLT got it right. So these are the ones that pilot these vehicles, and they don't necessarily have to pilot like how Esau would go in a cockpit and use to stir it here and there. They don't have to do it. It just tells you in this particular chapter that wherever they went, the chariot went. Basically, all telepathy. So it says, verse 8, under each of their 4 wings, I could see human hands. So each of the 4 beings had 4 faces and 4 wings. The wings of each living being touched the wings of the beings beside it. Each one moved straight forward in a direction without turning around. Each had a human face in front and the face of a lion on the right side, face of the ox on the left side, and the face of an eagle at the back. That's terrifying right there, right? And each had 2 pairs of outstretched wings, and was there one pair stretched out. One pair stretched out to touch the wings of the living beings on either side, and the other pair covered its body. They went whatsoever direction the Spirit chose. So it was moved by the Spirit. And they moved straight forward in a direction without turning around. The living beings looked like bright coals of fire, of brilliant torches, and lightning seemed flash back, forth, and among them. So it was giving you a description of the chariot. And it is also giving a description of those that pilot the chariot. So Ezekiel saw one hell of an event. So those of the Lord would see these things and interact. That's how the Lord. Matter of fact, there's more, right? I know there's more. Okay. The living beings darted to and fro like flashing of lightning. As looked at these beings, I saw 4 wheels touching the ground. Beside them, 1 wheel belonging to each. So he saw the yeah, I know. He saw a wheel within a wheel. within the wheel, going different directions. And I have to throw a little testimonial of that. And I saw that many, many years ago as I was walking my dog. I saw a chariot that was walking in a certain direction, and the chariot was coming from the airport. And first of all, the direction it was going, planes don't fly that direction. Right? They fly to the airport to land, but they don't fly that direction. It was going the opposite direction. That's one. Second, it was bright red. It was making sure that it was seen by me through the spirit. And then when it flashed and like it turned off the light, but yet I could still see it. So like it just turned off the light and just let it be seen. So I actually saw the chariot. When I saw the chariot, it went over my head. And first of all, a plane was coming the opposite direction. It went over the plane easily and passed over that plane and went over above it. I was in awe. All right, in awe. I'm like, what? So I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, me guess there's another one behind me. I looked, there was nothing behind me. I was like, oh. So I was calling brothers. I was calling brothers up. And one particular brother, he didn't pick up the phone. And I called another brother, he picked up the no. When I was calling the first brother, he didn't pick up the phone. I was across the street from where I saw the first chariot. Then, lo and behold, another chariot, but a smaller version, came down. And I thought it was a balloon. I'm like, what the? And it was just like it was warping. Like it was literally transforming right before my eyes. And then when it came down, like it didn't even touch the street. It didn't make no noise, it didn't touch the street at all. And then what I saw was a wheel, literally within a wheel, going different direction, and a thing that was on top with the flashing light. It was going in another direction. I was like, what the? So, yeah, Ezekiel, what is written in the scriptures, that's one of many of different chariots that the Lord bestowed. And I was mouth dropping, and it still didn't finish. It was still transformed right before my eyes. That's the best thing I could say. And it got bigger before it left. And it seemed like it became like a transporter. And it's just, it didn't even touch the street at all. And just went above houses like it was nothing. Like, just went through it. I was like, oh shit. So I say that to say this. Mostly, every man in GMS has some sort of close encounter of, I believe, the fourth, fifth, I don't know which kind. We see things through the spirit, and that is not, it's just the Lord just bestowed that upon us, you know? And then after that, I call a brother up, trying to explain what I just saw. Then I seen another chariot doing the same thing like the first chariot we was doing. Maybe it was the same one. I don't know. But it was something to behold. So as I'm reading this, it's, you know, obviously with technology today, and the Lord is allowing everybody to see the chariots getting closer and closer and becoming more vivid. And to bestow, like, look, and all it proves, once again, matter of fact, let me get this real quick. I don't want to just yap. Yeah, that was my little quick testimonial. Oh, wait. Let me get this real quick. Isaiah. Oh, I just had it. What did I say I'm thinking about? It's gone. No, I'm thinking. Hold on. Not Isaiah 31. Matter of fact, let me just get Isaiah 31 and 5 real quick. It says Isaiah 31 and 5 says, "As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, and defending also he will deliver it, and passing over it he will preserve it." So the chariots is not only symbolic to us as a people. Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Matter of fact, it's right here. Isaiah 31. That's a spirit. I'm thinking like, what happened? Isaiah 31, I'm going to go to the point, and 3. It says, "Now the Egyptians are men, and not the Most High. And their horses flesh, and not spirit." So we be at what Dabu was trying to say, that other countries may have this ability. He was say Rosewood, and that Area 51, when he talking about a chariot fell, crash landed, and sometimes they crash land. No, they don't. There's no. We just read, which I should have finished it. Well, I'm just overhyped, but the scriptures clearly just says that the Spirit of the Lord, the chariots, is operated by the spirit of the angels. All right, so the angels is not gonna come crashing down anything. If anything, the Lord used probably angels to give Esau the technology that he needed, so he could mimic that which is in the heavens. But everybody trusts in men, and they're not the Spirit of the Lord. All right, it says, "When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall down, and they all shall fall together." So those that believe in this system, you're gonna fall with this system, because what the Lord has installed is beyond the minds of men. As a testimonial, I've seen it with my own eyes. With my own eyes. And I can't record it. I recorded the last one, but it just shows you, like, our forefathers were at awe at the power of the Lord. And it says, "For thus saith the Lord, spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when the multitude of the shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight from Mount Zion, and for the hill thereof." So when Esau comes with his technology and with his bullshit, the Lord is not going to hesitate. He's going to wreck shop, because Yahweh Shai is coming back. He's coming back with the what do you call it? Anamata. I'm saying it correctly, which is a multiple chariots, multiple. He's coming with a fleet of multiple fleets. All right, to defend Jerusalem. So as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, and that is our defense. All right, that's our deliverance and our defense, and they always around us. We don't know. Sometimes they manifest, and sometimes they don't manifest. They always around us. That's the eyes of the Lord. All right. It says, "And pass over, he will preserve it," which is going to preserve us. Okay, that's why we should not fear anything. Matter of fact, look at this, Psalms 34. I'm going to read 34 and 7, and I'm going to jump down. Psalms 34 and 7, the angels of the Lord are kept around about them that fear him and delivered them. So those that fear the Lord, all right, are surrounded by multiple angels. All right, angels could come down as a form of men. When you read Tobit, for years, the angel Rapa Allah he was right there with Tobit, and Tobit Tobias, and didn't have a clue. All right, he didn't have a clue. He thought he was just a regular man. He's like, nah. He said, when he saw me eating, that was an image. So the scripture says what? Roughly paraphrasing, we entertain angels unawares. Okay? So we always, those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which the fear of the Lord is a gift. Alright? It is truly a gift. Alright? That comes from above. I'm going to do a show on that too. It says, let me jump down real quick to 15. It says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears is open unto their cry. So today's the day of atonement. It starts today. So when we cry out to the Lord, if you part of the elect, the Lord isn't going to hear you. All right. First of all, the Lord hears us every day anyway. So just give him more ammunition. So which I had this particular scripture on lock before I forget. Our history proves that we always had an interaction with the Most High, the angels, and so forth. All right. 2 Chronicles 5:13 to the point. It says, and it came even to the pass. It came evening to pass as the trumpets and the singers were as one. So when we out there in the highways and byways preaching the name of the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we come as one. That's why when you watch, if a camp is split to many different forms, and you rewatch the camps of the other camp, that's the same major camp, sometimes we say the same thing, and we're not even near each other, because we are in one unison, in one spirit. All right. It says to make one sound, to be heard in praising and thanking the Lord. And when they lift up their voice with the trumpets, and this actually happened. This is the Levites when they was singing to the Lord. All right, showing that we have to be in harmony with one another. And scripture tells you in Isaiah the 24th chapter, that they sung a song. All right, from the other side of the earth. That song is talking about this word. All right, only the elect can sing this tune. It tells you in Revelations 14th chapter. All right, only the elect knew this song. So this was given a quick synapse, a quick thing. It says, in their voice with the trumpets and the cymbals and the instruments of music, and they praise the Lord, saying, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. That then the house was filled with a cloud, even the house of the Lord. So this song is so good that the Lord really literally came down to see this. So when we out there, we in that spirit, the angels of the Lord comes down and they come and check us like, wow. All right, because what we're doing is not only is it holy, it's inspirational. All right, going through all the stuff that we go through, yet we still could sing this song. You still put your thing to the side, whatever you're going through, to sing this particular song. So if we're singing this song, scripture tells you, I'm I had a couple of scriptures in mind, but the spirit just takes over. I got nothing to say. I believe it's Psalms 82, if I'm not mistaken. Nah. Psalms 81 and 11. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up into their own hearts' lusts, and they walked in their own counsel. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. So how's the Lord going to do that? He's in these last days, He's going to send forth His mighty champion, His conqueror, to conquer this world, to deliver His people. All right? The chariots or UFOs, whatever they call it, is synonymous with us, Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That is the symbol of deliverance and also the symbol of destruction. All right? So us singing this song, like the forefathers, the Levites, sung the song, the Spirit of the Lord came. We cried. The scripture says, I'm just going to quote that. Exodus, the Lord said to Moses, I've heard the cries of my people. All right. And He sent forth what? A deliverer. So we out there crying in the highways and the byways. He's going to send forth His greatest champion. All right. His right hand. Matter of fact, I'm going to read this in the NLT. Very good chapter. I love it. This version, because what did Dabu 7 said? It said, he said that the clear and pleasant danger. Yes, they're in clear, present danger. What they in danger from? Is their utter destruction. All right, the utter destruction. It says, Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this who cometh from Edom, from the city of Basra, with his clothing stained red? Who is this in the royal robes, marching in his great strength? It is I, the Lord, announcing your salvation. It is I, the Lord, who has the power to save. And his Yahweh is sending forth Yahweh Shai. Right? Why are you clothed so red as if you have been trying out grapes? Because the Lord is about to do massive killing. All right? Esau should be afraid. 2/3 should be afraid. And these other nations should be in all of you that's enemies of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, should be shaking in your boots. All right? Because what the Lord's about to do, He's about to annihilate you. All right? He's about to annihilate you. He's about to destroy you. The only people that's coming out of this unscathed is the elect of the nation of Israel. That's it. That's who the Lord is concerned about. He says, verse 3, I have been trodden the winepress alone. None was there to help me. In my anger, I have trampled my enemies as if they were grapes. In my fury, I have trampled my foes. Their blood has stained my clothes. For the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors. I was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed, so I myself stepped in to save them with my strong arm, and my wrath sustained me. You can't get around it, man. And the subtitle, the headline is Esau Edom. All right, the so-called white man. So they're building up so that the Lord Himself can come and destroy them. All right. I crushed the nations in my anger and made them stagger and fall to the ground, spilling their blood upon the earth. Hey, you can't get around that. You know what? That being said, it was something real quick. I didn't want to make this too long, but you are in great danger, Esau. There's no lie. No book, no handbook. There ain't no secret. There's no like in ID Independence Day, the first one. There ain't no virus that you can make to stop them. You are outmatched. You outclassed. You outnumbered. And those people that you harmed, those people that you did wrong to, all these centuries, the Lord has not forgotten. This is why He's been recording every single thing. Now He's letting it be known. His eyes have always been watching. Now the Lord Himself, Yahweh Shai, is coming to get revenge. So with that being said, Shalom to you, elected nations. Shalom.